There's a reason these old trawlers are still out there decades later, taking waves and miles without complaint. They were built during a time when strength came first, not weight savings or flashy interiors. Thick fiberglass, heavy displacement, and simple systems were the rule, not the exception. These are boats that feel solid when you step on board. Doors close with a thud, not a rattle. The hulls were laid up heavy, the engines were understressed, and everything was designed to last longer than the original owner ever expected. If you're tired of modern boats that feel light, complicated, and disposable, this list is for you. These are old-school trawlers built like tanks, boats that have earned their reputation the hard way, through real miles and real weather. The Grand Banks 36 Classic earned its reputation the old-fashioned way, by surviving decades of hard use and still feeling solid underfoot. This boat was never meant to chase speed or trends. It was designed to move comfortably, carry weight, and keep going when conditions aren't ideal. The hull layup is heavy, and you feel that stability both at the dock and underway. Step inside, and the craftsmanship immediately stands out. Real wood, solid cabinetry, and a layout that makes sense for long stays on board. The salon is welcoming, the galley is practical, and the staterooms are positioned for privacy without wasting space. Everything feels purposeful, not decorative. On the water, the boat settles into an easy rhythm. It tracks straight, responds predictably, and encourages patience. This is a trawler that rewards owners who enjoy the journey more than the destination. Many examples are still cruising today with original layouts intact, which says a lot about the design. For anyone who wants a proven traditional trawler that feels overbuilt in the best way, the Grand Banks 36 Classic remains one of the toughest boats in its class. The DeFever 41 trawler feels less like a boat and more like a small ship. It carries real displacement, and that weight brings confidence. This is the kind of trawler that doesn't get pushed around easily, whether you're running in chop or sitting at anchor overnight. It was built for owners who plan to spend serious time aboard. Interior volume is one of its biggest strengths. The beam allows for wide walkways, a spacious salon, and staterooms that feel separated rather than stacked on top of each other. Storage is everywhere, which is critical for long-range cruising or full-time living. The galley is set up for real cooking, not just convenience. Performance is calm and deliberate. The boat likes to cruise at displacement speeds, sipping fuel and covering distance without drama. Systems are typically robust and straightforward, but condition matters with a vessel this size. A well-kept DeFever 41 delivers a sense of security and comfort that few boats under 50 feet can match, especially at its current market value. The Monk 36 is all about seaworthiness. Designed by Ed Monk, this trawler prioritizes hull shape and balance over interior flash. The result is a boat that handles rough water with confidence and feels planted in conditions that make lighter boats uncomfortable. This is a trawler for people who want to go places, not just float at the dock. Inside, the layout is simple and efficient. The salon feels open thanks to good window placement, and the galley is positioned for easy use underway. There's a sense that every inch of space was thought through with practicality in mind. Sleeping accommodations are comfortable without wasting room on unnecessary features. What really sets the Monk apart is how it behaves underway. It settles into the water and just goes, without hobby horsing or feeling nervous. Owners often describe it as reassuring, especially on longer passages. Maintenance tends to be manageable thanks to straightforward systems and access. If your definition of built like a tank means stability, balance, and confidence offshore, the Monk 36 fits that description perfectly. The CHB Tri-Cabin has become a legend in the liveaboard world, mostly because of how much boat you get for the money. Built heavy and wide, this trawler feels substantial the moment you step aboard. It's not refined or delicate, but it's tough. And that's exactly the point. The Tri-Cabin layout separates living spaces in a way that works extremely well for long-term use. An aft cabin offers privacy, a forward cabin handles guests or storage, and the salon in between becomes the main living area. The galley is usually full-sized and capable of daily use, which matters when this is your home. Underway, the CHB moves slowly and steadily. It's happiest at displacement speeds, providing a stable ride that inspires confidence rather than excitement. Docking is predictable, and once settled, the boat feels calm and secure. These boats vary widely in condition, but a solid example can deliver serious durability and livability. For buyers who want toughness and space over polish, the CHB Tri-Cabin is hard to ignore. The Marine Trader 34 double cabin was designed with comfort and practicality at the forefront. It's not the heaviest trawler on the list, but it's still built solidly enough to earn its reputation as a dependable cruiser. This model appeals to owners who want simplicity, reliability, and usable space without excess complexity. The double cabin layout gives the boat a surprisingly balanced feel. With sleeping areas at both ends, the salon stays quiet and usable throughout the day. The aft cabin in particular is often larger than expected, making it ideal for liveaboard use. Storage is adequate, and systems are generally easy to access. On the water, the Marine Trader cruises at a relaxed pace and rewards patient operation. It's efficient, predictable, and forgiving, especially for newer trawler owners. Maintenance costs tend to be reasonable, which adds to its long-term appeal. For someone looking for an old-school trawler that's honest, sturdy, and comfortable without being overwhelming, the Marine Trader 34 double cabin fits the bill well. The Californian 34 LRC was built with one clear mission in mind: go far, go steady, and don't complain about it. This is a true long-range cruiser, not a trawler that just looks the part. The hull is heavy, full-bodied, and confidence-inspiring, especially when the water isn't cooperating. It settles into its stride and just keeps moving. Living aboard one of these feels practical rather than luxurious, and that's a good thing. The interior is designed around daily use. The salon is comfortable and bright, the galley is positioned for easy access, and storage is well distributed throughout the boat. Nothing feels fragile or decorative. It all feels meant to be used. At cruising speed, the boat is calm and predictable. Fuel burn stays low, engine noise stays reasonable, and fatigue stays off the table. Docking is straightforward thanks to the wide beam and steady manners. Owners who choose this model usually value reliability over reputation. If built like a tank means dependable, thick-skinned, and ready for real miles, the Californian 34 LRC fits that definition extremely well. The Albin 36 trawler carries a reputation for strength that comes from smart design rather than brute size. These boats were built to work, and you can feel that intention throughout. The hull form is efficient and solid, delivering a ride that feels planted and composed even when conditions deteriorate. The interior reflects Scandinavian practicality. Spaces are clean, logical, and easy to live with. The salon and galley flow together in a way that supports everyday routines, while the staterooms provide enough separation to make long stays comfortable. Storage is well thought out, especially for cruising gear and provisions. Underway, the Albin doesn't rush. It cruises happily at displacement speeds, tracking straight and responding smoothly to helm input. It's a boat that encourages good seamanship rather than shortcuts. Maintenance access is generally decent, and systems are kept simple compared to more complicated modern designs. For owners who want a tough trawler that balances efficiency, seaworthiness, and livability, the Albin 36 stands out. It's not flashy, but it earns trust quickly, and that's exactly what serious cruisers look for. The Hershine 37 is one of those trawlers that surprises people who've never stepped aboard one. From the dock, it looks traditional and reserved. Once on board, it reveals a sense of solidity that's hard to ignore. These boats were built heavy, with thick fiberglass and conservative engineering that favors longevity. Inside, the Hershine feels like a proper cruising boat. The salon is spacious enough to relax without feeling boxed in, and the galley is laid out for real use, not just marina weekends. Woodwork and finishes tend to be robust rather than fancy, which suits the personality of the boat well. At sea, the Hershine behaves the way a tank-like trawler should. It moves steadily, handles weight without drama, and stays comfortable at a relaxed pace. This is not a boat that rewards impatience, but it absolutely rewards consistency. Many Hershines have spent years as liveaboards or long-distance cruisers, and that track record matters. For buyers who want old-school strength and proven durability without paying for a famous badge, the Hershine 37 deserves serious respect. The Gulfstar 44 trawler brings size and mass into the equation in a way few boats on this list can match. This is a big, heavy trawler that feels more like a small ship than a pleasure boat. Everything about it suggests stability, from the beam to the displacement to the way it sits in the water. Interior space is one of its strongest selling points. The salon is expansive, the galley is capable of supporting long-term living, and the staterooms feel genuinely private. There's room to spread out, which makes a big difference when the boat is your home. Running a boat this size requires respect, but it also brings rewards. The ride is steady and forgiving, especially in sloppy conditions where lighter boats get knocked around. Cruising speeds are modest, but range and comfort are the priorities here. These boats require careful inspection due to age and complexity, but a good example offers immense value. For someone who wants maximum toughness and liveaboard space under one roof, the Gulfstar 44 delivers serious presence and durability. The Willard 40 is about as close as you get to a commercial-grade trawler without stepping into workboat territory. These boats were built with thick hulls, conservative systems, and a mindset that prioritized survival over style. They feel dense, grounded, and incredibly secure. The interior is functional and purposeful. Layouts vary, but the emphasis is always on usability and strength. Bulkheads feel solid, decks feel stiff underfoot, and nothing gives the impression of being lightly built. It's a boat that inspires confidence simply by existing. On the water, the Willard is steady and predictable. It doesn't slam, doesn't wander, and doesn't feel rushed. It's happiest when operated thoughtfully, covering distance at a pace that keeps everything calm and controlled. These boats are often chosen by experienced owners who know exactly what they want. They're not trendy and they're not common, but they are respected. If built like a tank means uncompromising strength and serious offshore credibility, the Willard 40 stands at the top of that definition. All of these trawlers come from a different time in boat building, when strength wasn't optional and durability was expected. They weren't designed to impress at the dock or follow trends. They were built to carry weight, handle weather, and keep going year after year. That's why so many of them are still cruising today. If you're looking for a boat that feels solid the moment you step aboard, these old-school trawlers deliver that confidence. They reward patience, good seamanship, and owners who value reliability over speed. While condition always matters, a well-kept example of any boat on this list can outlast many newer designs. Take your time, do your homework, and never skip a proper survey. When you find the right one, you're not just buying a boat. You're buying peace of mind, comfort, and a platform built to go the distance. That's what built like a tank really means on the water.